All right, let's start the show. Hello and welcome to the Elder Scrolls Online Community Podcast. The date is November 23rd, 2013, and you're watching episode 1. I'm your host, Rook. Each episode will interview the great guilds that make up the ESO community, along with giving you the latest news and updates on projects they are working on, including some news from ZOS that you've probably heard or hopefully heard recently, but if not, the guild cap and what it's really going to be. Besides being one of your hosts, I'm a council member of the Daggerfall Covenant Guild, Mostly-Harmless, and this is my co-host, Vixen.
Hey guys, I'm Vixen. I'm the Public Relations Officer for Mostly Harmless. Today we'll be asking our guild representatives some ESO trivia questions, as well as reveal some great Elder Scrolls Online updates. First, I would like to welcome our guests we've invited for tonight's podcast. They each represent a different guild and, like me, are greatly looking forward to the release of the Elder Scrolls Online. So first off, we have Davik from Cross, which claims to be the largest Daggerfall Covenant guild so far. Welcome, Davik.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Great. Next up, we have Deletherus, a.k.a. D from the Nor, an Aldemiri Dominion member-driven guild that dabbles in a little bit of everything. Welcome, D.
Great to be here. Thanks a lot, Vixen.
All right, and then we have Otter from Drogon, an Ebonheart-packed PvX casual gaming clan that also performs at a hardcore level. Welcome, Otter.
Hello, Internet.
All right, and finally we have JD from the Anti-Dominion Legion. They are a Daggerfall Covenant guild based in Europe and specifically the United Kingdom, who specialize in attacking anyone Dominion related. Heads up, D. Welcome, JD.
Thank you for having me.
All right, welcome everyone to our show. We're excited to have you all here.
Well, let's have a little fun before we dig into the interviews. We have a few off-topic questions we want you to answer. Amato is going to introduce this segment, but I am having some technical difficulties here. I'll try and have it fixed, and she can introduce the Know Your Scrolls segment in a few minutes. Robyn Gordon, an athlete and WBFF Fitness Pro. The questions are multiple choice, but we encourage you to come up with a unique response if you'd like. Remember, if you're having trouble, you can always ask the audience or call a friend for help. First up, JD, I'd like to ask you a question. Which movie or TV show would you say best represents your guild and why? A, Walking Dead. B, Snakes on a Plane. C, The Hangover. Or D, Titanic.
I don't know. I guess, did you say TV series as well?
I did.
Have you ever seen the TV series Spartacus, War of the Damned?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty much.
So your guild mostly naked all the time.
Oh yeah, we're sexy and we kick ass and we look good doing it.
Very good. Next question's for Deletherus, I think.
Yeah, Deletherus. All right, which lore book would you most like to see in the Elder Scrolls Online? A, 50 Shades of Greybeards. B, Narnia, the Saber Cat, the Mage, and the Dragonborn. C, the Mage's College and the Philosopher's Stone. Or D, Breaking Alchemy, How to Make Skooma Smoothies.
It's got to be 50 Shades of Greybeard since I got 20 myself already.
Oh my god.
Just tell us what the safe word is. That's all we need to know.
Message me later.
Yeah.
The safe word, Spriggan.
Nice. Otter, if your significant other walked into the room while you were playing ESO, what would they say? A, oh, can I play? B, sigh, you should really get a job. C, I'm having sex in 60 seconds, whether you're upstairs or not. D, nothing, because you're single and you actually came on the show tonight thinking this was a matchmaking service.
Wow. Definitely C, but actually, if she came up here, she'd be standing behind the webcam and like doing a weird dance or something. So I wouldn't even be able to. It's distracting.
All right, Davik, your turn. And one of your guild members asked you, what does Miley Cyrus lick in her music video Wrecking Ball? What would you say? A, a wrecking ball. B, a sledgehammer. C, Robin Thicke. Ooh, he's cute. Or D, I would refuse to answer or risk losing my officer status in the guild.
Well, one of my domains as an officer is to lick the members, so...
we can edit that out later, maybe.
I would demonstrate.
All right.
Oh my gosh.
Well, great job, guys. I'm not sure about some of those answers, but now that we've got to know each of your guilds a bit better, or some of the people, crazy people in them, we'd like to know what makes your guild special. Representing Cross, again, we have Davik. What would you like to tell us about yourself and your guild?
Like you said, I'm Davik. I'm the advisor of lore for Cross. I basically handle kind of all the roleplay aspects of the guild, but we do cover everything, PvP and PvE focus especially. Cross is the biggest guild pre-launch in the Daggerfall Covenant. We are part of Indie Gaming, a very, very large multi-game community. Let's see. We are kind of we like to accept all people of all different backgrounds. We're LGBT friendly, but it's also a mature guild, 18 and up only, because we like to swear.
Sure. Yeah, I've certainly heard that about you guys, that you're a very mature guild that certainly gets along with a lot of people, which is great. That the community needs good people like that.
Yep. Oh, and casual and hardcore, both.
Sure. Okay, cool.
Something for everybody.
Sounds good.
Great. How about Deletherus? How about you tell us about the famous Nor?
Thank you. Basically, in a nutshell, we're an awesome community that's large. We have over 460 registered members on our website. We were put together exclusively for the Elder Scrolls Online. We're not an offshoot of another gaming community. We have a lot of projects going on. We have interactive law books. We're working on a interactive map project at ESO Maps.com. And for the guilds from the other alliances that are trying to infiltrate our guild to try and find out what we're going to be doing in Cyrodiil, we have this put up for you. There you go. We'll make sure you get to see every page as to what our plans are here.
That's pretty high tech.
Oh, come on.
And that sums us up. Thank you very much.
Oh, nice.
Guys,
Very
well,
nice.
we hate pigeons.
That's great.
Cheers.
If I'd known we could bring props.
Right.
Otter, what makes Stroganoff special?
Well, first of all, we're not a bunch of milk drinkers like D over there. We are a PvX guild. We dabble in everything. We want to focus on PvP. We plan on living inside Cyrodiil. We do have a ton of international members, and we're actually really selective on it. We're trying to aim for a more hardcore PvP experience, but we still welcome all sorts of gameplay. That's you can't top that. That was pretty sweet there, D.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I know you guys are. You say like you're a big family or something, that you've got multiple games going on within the community and stuff. A really nice website, and even though you're having hard packed, you've got some likable people.
Yeah, we've got a lot of really friendly people here. We do play a ton of games. We play League while we're waiting. We play Steam games. And even though we're a bigger guild, we do still have and hone in on that family-like atmosphere, that tight-knit kind of guild.
Cool, cool. Well, thanks very much.
Mm-hmm.
All right, JD, tell us about your guild over the Atlantic.
Well, we're mainly based in Europe, although we do have a few members in the US, so it's fairly even-rounded in terms of that. Pretty much, pretty much does what it says on the tin. We go after the Dominion inside PvP whenever we can. So yeah, I guess that's all to say about it.
And how long have you guys been a guild?
We've been a guild for about half a year now.
Okay, great.
Cool. Well, thanks for being with us. I know it's, 1 o'clock in the morning for you almost now?
11 past 12.
Yeah, okay. Long day. So, very good. In terms of, I think we had some questions from the audience. There was one here. It's a question for D from someone with Mostly Harmless. He wants to know which guilds are involved in the ESO Maps project and what functionality you intend to have in the final product.
Right now, it's just our guild because we can't really get to work on it until the game starts and we have access to the information to put in. We expect it to be almost like a wiki project where you have an interactive map and you'll be able to choose the different layers to find out where sky shards are, or resources, quest givers. If you click on a certain item, it'll be interactive. It'll open up an interactive book. You'll be able to read the pages, see further maps, etc.
Okay, that's great. Yeah, and you must have seen the new stuff that's out from Tesso recently, right? They've got some new maps they released. I
did indeed. It was actually it's very nice. With no disrespect, we hope ours to be looking a little better.
Cool.
Always strive for more.
Absolutely.
We have another question for Otter. Where'd you get the tie?
I guess I could plug it. Whatever. I got this at thinkgeek.com. You can pick yours up for however much it was. I don't know, but it's pretty clever. I like to wear it in my gaming functions. You know, going out and play D&D or whatever. Nerd it up. Mm-hmm.
Cool. Okay, and here is.
Now let's see if you're a diehard fan or a wannabe.
My friend introducing Know Your Scrolls. That's Robyn Gordon that is helping out there. Let's close that up and get on with Know Your Scrolls. It's a game where each of our guests get to answer questions based on the Elder Scrolls series. The first person to answer the questions correctly will get to wear the shiny crown. I'll get Vixen to show it here. And there you go. See, very nice. Okay, guys, are you ready?
Always.
Yep, let's go.
I think Vixen's got the first question here.
All right. Question number 1 should be an easy one for JD. Which 3 races are found in your faction, the Daggerfall Covenant, in the Elder Scrolls Online?
Rook, Breton, Redguard.
Very good.
Why'd we give him the easy one?
I know.
Okay, now let's make here's one for Davik. What famous Master of Lore? What famous dishonest Khajiit can be found in Morrowind, Oblivion, and Skyrim?
Mike the Liar.
Oh, too easy for you. Okay, Vixen.
How about Otter? Which Skyrim NPC is sworn to carry your burdens?
I don't know.
Ask the audience, see if they know.
What's that, E? What's that? Where's my audience at?
Okay, we'll ask on team speak here.
Got it.
Oh, someone got it? Okay.
Someone got it out there. Lydia, yes, that's correct. Lydia is sworn to carry your burdens.
Okay, and D, what are the names of the 3 factions in the Elder Scrolls Online?
That would be, let's see, the Ebonheart Pact, Daggerfall Covenant, and Aldmeri Dominion.
Okay, obviously those are the easy questions for the tiebreaker.
It's red, blue, and green, right?
Yeah, that's right. I got the colors right here, I think.
Yeah.
All right, whoever wins this gets to wear the shiny crown. What are the 4 names of the Greybeards in Skyrim? Anyone want to guess?
Angir, Einkarth, Wolfgar.
Oh, who was that? Oh, let's...
Oh dear. Oh, boy.
That's Otter mimicking Davik's voice.
I didn't see who it was. Was it Josh?
I think that was JD. Yeah.
Nice. Okay,
Very nice.
you get to wear the crown, man.
Jeez.
That was awesome.
On.
It's not that I expected Davik to win, but I expected Davik to win.
I expected that.
That's obscure.
Everyone
Yeah,
expected
that was
Davik to win. That's good. Okay, good question. That was, and these are some of the questions provided both by Queensley, one of the Mostly Harmless members, and Tessoff has been very helpful. Blythe Alarn has helped write some of the script here, so we really appreciate their help from Tessoff. They've been very good. So, in terms of the next part, we're getting into some of the Tesso news and updates. I think first of all, we should just dispel one of the myths that's out there. There is a myth out there that the guild cap is 300 people, and a lot of people have been trying to figure out trade packs and factions and stuff based on that. It is incorrect. We've had multiple, I think it was in the news recently too, but we had a lot of emails back and forth with ZeniMax this week. They wanted to chat about a few things and clear up some stuff. That was one of them. 300 is not the cap. They haven't decided on the cap, but it will definitely be more than that. It'll depend mostly on what's working in their ongoing beta testing, I believe. So, are any of you looking to get to those kind of numbers?
We're
I know
already
Cross
over that.
What was that, D?
I said we're already over that.
Yeah, okay. You've got that many people signing the website, and Cross, you're around there.
Yeah, we have members flown in every day.
Yeah, cool. Okay, and I think we'll come back to the trade part probably here in a bit, but recently ZeniMax announced the addition of both vampires and werewolves to Elder Scrolls Online. Not just the addition of these creatures, but the addition of the basically the diseases that they carry. You can get those skill lines associated with these. There have been hints in various interviews. We don't know what the skills are going to be. How will these affect your PvP strategies in Cyrodiil? You have any thoughts on that, JD? Wearing the crown?
Sorry, could you repeat the question? I was miles away.
you were just sort of
He's so
sitting there,
happy
just
about his crown.
fixing your crown. Yeah.
I wonder if I can...
Vampires and werewolves in skill lines. The skill lines for vampires and werewolves, are they going to affect your PvP strategies in Cyrodiil?
Not really. I mean, if someone turns into a werewolf, I'm going to turn into a werewolf, and if someone's a vampire, I'm just going to throw a spear at them.
Well, I think something that was brought up by in one of the interviews was sort of the rock, paper, scissors, and I think the conch said it even better. It was rock, paper, scissors, lizard, Spock. That there was going to be all those options. That someone comes out with vampires, and it could be that your party needs to have people that are skilled. Is it the veteran line or something, guys? Do you guys know?
Emperor?
No. Just in terms of the there's different skill lines. So like the Fighters Guild has skills that are very good at killing vampires. So that there's going to be some skill lines that if you find a whole guild that's bringing out all these vampire skill lines because they've all wanted to get infected and because it's OP, then all of a sudden the enemy is going to bring out a whole bunch of fire ballistas, and that's going to be part of their PvP strategy is to, okay, we know that they're rolling vampires most of the time. Vampires are susceptible to fire, and they're susceptible to these skills from this other skill line. Werewolves, the silver crossbow skill in the Fighters Guild is something that's going to be, or is it the, and Pedro, is it the veteran skill line? Just
I think it's called Alliance.
What? Okay, we were just checking with the audience to see what the skill line was. Maybe someone on Twitch can tell us, and we'll put that in the audience questions here in a bit. Anyways, I'll turn this over to Vixen for a bit of a money question, I think.
Yeah, actually, Sony recently announced that for $20 to about $100, you could buy a spot in the landmark beta, even the alpha, which leads towards EQ Next. It appears that they're working toward a possible free-to-play game or maybe a pay-to-play model. Otter, how do you think this compares with the decision by ZeniMax to go subscription-based?
Well, a lot of it is the whole crowdfunding scene that's going on right now. People are willing to buy into beta, people are willing to buy into alpha, but they're giving a kind of a unique opportunity for players to actually build the world around them, sort of thing. I mean, if they go free to play, they go free to play, but you're really clashing two worlds, two different worlds here. You know, you got Elder Scrolls that has been around forever, but then you're looking at, you got EverQuest that was honestly the staple for most MMOs, you know. I don't know, I feel like it was a good move on their part, but I feel like it was risky too, you know. Free to play has always got a bad stigmatism with anyone in you know, the Morpeg scene. So
do you think paying for a monthly subscription would affect how many of your members keep playing Testo?
No, I think at this point right now we're good. It might have been a shock, you know, when some people were expecting something less, but when you can, as a developer, when you got that monthly subscription and you can keep passing out big content, that helps out a lot more compared to just getting this one big thing and then, you know, making it beautiful at the start, but kind of just runs off towards the end, I guess.
Yeah, I guess along those lines, ZeniMax released recently in a statement that I'll quote partly, that our project, meaning the Elder Scrolls Online, is fully funded from now until launch. And then they go on to say that because of their funds, which include a $300 million investment by Providence Equity Partners, as well as their profits from Oblivion and Fallout 3, they can concentrate on making games instead of raising money. So I guess if you had to decide between a game that was fully funded before launch or a game that was funded based on its beta keys they sold, which would you rather invest in?
Yeah, because it is an investment. I mean, it's an investment of your time as guild leaders and stuff. Think about the amount of time that we put into making projects like this, even just a Videocast or ESO Maps or things like that.
Right.
Who was that to?
I guess it was Otter, but anybody's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, personally, I like the fact that they're getting the $15 a month. I've been playing MMOs myself for on 18 years, ever since the original Ultima Online came out. Been ganking idiots ever since then. And the only games that have ever held my attention have always been the subscription-based models. I don't know if that's pure coincidence. I've tried a lot of pay-to-win, you know, cash shop models, free-to-play models. They don't hold my attention usually for more than 2-3 weeks.
Yeah, it's the same thing for me. Subscriptions beats pay-to-play. It's like pay-to-play. It's like having a cousin who just keeps asking you for money.
That's a good analogy, yeah.
That is a good one.
Yeah.
You know, I think my favorite MMO still is Dark Age of Camelot, and I mean, it's still going, and it still has a subscription. That's just one of those, you know, it's just become that staple thing. When you pay for it, you're getting much more out of it, kind of a thing.
Sure, yeah. Well, and it attracts a certain community, too, and certainly I've been happy with the community that we've met so far. I guess maybe for Delethris with being an AD guild, and maybe discussion by everybody, but on Tamriel Foundry there was a recent article written by a Nibbling called ESO by the Numbers 2, Alliance Breakdowns. And it looks like from the statistics that he polled, Aldmeri have a lot of members wanting to play Nightblades with bows and very few people willing to play tanks. Do you think that will pose a problem for you in AVA?
I don't think it will pose a problem for us in the least. Looking at the skills list that are publicly available, you're basically, the Holy Trinity is gone in the way that we traditionally know it. But you're able to typically build one character up and actually have him either as a tank, or have him as a healer, or have him as DPS or a caster. You can form hybrids of that, or you can just switch to one particular part of the Trinity. So if we find that we're a little bit too heavy with our ranged bows and need some more tanks, you just switch out some abilities, switch out some ultimates, and boom, you've got yourself, you know, what you need without having to roll a new tune or anything like that. I really, really like and support the system the skill trees that they're doing.
Yeah, it does seem to have a lot of flexibility, and I like the fact that you can play with it. You can make a whole bunch of different things, so for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Great. All right, well, let's not leave out Davik. So you might have seen that recently ZeniMax released a video about character creation. One of the many things they demonstrated in the video was the use of a triangle slider for easily selecting your character's physique. How important is customizing your character to your individual gaming experience?
It's hugely important. From my experience, there's been 3 types of people when making characters. You have people like me who roleplay, like home role players. You have this cool character in mind. You go like, oh, he's going to be this cool ninja guy or whatever he's going to be. And you can completely reflect what you have in mind with the character creation. And that's great because that fleshes out your character for you. The second type would be people kind of like an ideal image. Usually they are like, oh, this is what I wish I looked like in real life, or they'll just make themselves. And the third type is the people who like, oh, this is a funny mustache, I'm going to put that on.
And all the mohawks.
Oh, that's what I'm having, mohawks.
And be honest, do you usually play male or female characters?
I play male. I feel like a creeper if I play a female.
Most guys I talk to say they want a female so they can have a nice pink butt to look at while they're playing.
That's a valid argument.
Oh, I definitely think I'm going to spend time on my character, maybe find some pink armor or something.
Flowers to put in your hair, things, yeah.
Hey, yeah.
Fun stuff, yeah. Yeah, I think what I'll do at this time is, if there's any questions from the audience, but I'd also like to take the chance to, anybody on, there is a contest. I'm going to show you the webpage here in just a minute. We've got some prizes to give away. And so everybody in the audience, as soon as you hear this with the slight time delay, you can give a shout out with your guild's name. We'll record that as a shout out just once, please, per guild, and that'll count as points towards you guys winning the prize. Even guilds that aren't here have a chance of winning the prize if you're here in the Twitch channel or if you come to the website afterwards. So we'll show you that in just a second, a bit more about that. I had wanted to talk about Final Fantasy XI, the only other MMO that I know of that's been quite successful in being cross-platform, but we're actually just down to the last couple minutes here of the show. We do have another audience question from Medwin regarding the lore. She's curious how many of these guilds encourage a role-playing branch within their guilds or think that they should be a separate group.
We definitely encourage it at the Nor. We have, in fact, lore masters, and we've written our own lore for our own guild that is actually interwoven into the Elder Scrolls lore that is current at the time. It includes the Floo, the influx of the Khajiit into Valenwood and the Aldmer, etc. As I say, we have it's not large. We've got a couple of books that we have in our interactive book library. They basically open up like the books in the Elder Scrolls series, and you can read, our histories.
I just want to say your lore book interactive thing is amazing. I went and looked at it. It's awesome.
It is.
Cross also has a very big roleplay section. We have yet to launch just because we want to fine-tune it and get it exactly how we want it. It's kind of a community thing right now. We're all kind of pitching in to make the lore backstory. I'm the advisor of lore, so I'm kind of spearheading. It's my domain. But we're going to launch full. We've been stirring up interest in roleplay. We're getting people started. Characters are being made. It's awesome. We kind of got like starting off as a merchant and then expanding like a kind of a commerce empire and eventually into mercenaries. And that's how we get involved in Cyrodiil. But it's huge, and we are actually planning on having it launched fully, like roleplay aspect, by the end of the month.
Cool. Oh, that's awesome to hear. Well, I want to thank you guys for coming. We've already covered our 30 minutes here already. It went by very quickly, thanks to you guys. Certainly feel free to put on some crowns. You all deserve them. I'll play promoted here from BFF. You guys are definitely all promoted.
And to my fellow guild leaders out here, we'll see you in Cyrodiil, buddy.
And I think we've given the shout-outs on Guild Chat or Twitch Chat for the guild names and stuff. We'll read them out in a minute, and it will count towards the prizes. That's right. While we don't have just yet, we do have Arkham City Batman game and a great gift bag from 3UP Golf to give away. Go to Mostly-Harmless, so that's Mostly-Harmless-Guild.com. And you can give a shout out to the guild that you think should get a prize or nominate a new one for an upcoming episode. Creative and funny responses that we can say publicly are worth more points. I'll show you that on the webpage here in just a second. Next month at our Christmas holiday show on December 21st, I believe we have maybe Barbaric from Awoken, a mix of an EU and North American guild, and some returning guests, and maybe your guild. Vixen, I believe you have some info about our sponsors.
Yes, we'd like to say thanks to our sponsors, Mr. Beer and 3UP Golf. Feel free to visit MrBeer.com to order your next homebrew kit, as seen behind Rook. Mr. Beer is graciously giving away 2 premium beer kits to MH members in a small Battlefield 4 tournament next weekend or the weekend after. And I'm going to gear up for that one. Also, please go to 3upgolf.com to find out what your ball is missing. Again, a special thanks to all the guild representatives who could be with us today. The Nor, Cross, Drogon, and Anti-Dominion Legion. Thanks so much, guys.
Well, thanks again to everybody in the channel for watching. This is Rook with Mostly Harmless, and we'll see you out on the battlefield.